Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy with another exciting video for you and your family and friends. Today I'm going to give you my best tips for posture. So if you're watching for the first time, welcome. If you've been watching for some time, welcome back. And let's jump into it. So when it comes to posture, why is posture critical? So I think visually, when you look at yourself in the mirror, we associate good posture with good health. It's considered someone who's energetic, who has power, energy, vitality, a lot of positive associations. And when someone has poor posture, they're seen as frail, weak. They're not seen as energetic, not as powerful. So just for ourselves, when you look in the mirror, what we're looking for is the level shoulders, good posture, good alignment. We don't want to see a head deviation. This is if you're looking straight on. Head is straight, shoulders are straight, and the body looks good. Everything's just balanced. If you look from the side, what you should be looking for is the head is over shoulder, over the hip. We obviously now with people using computers and such and their phones, we're seeing a lot of people now with that forward head posture, which is really hard on the body. And let's talk. That's one level. So you know how you look to yourself, then how people perceive you. And obviously, if you have better posture, you're seen as someone who's more healthy. Poor posture is usually a negative association, so we want to avoid that. But that's just on that surface level. What's happening internally? So if you look at some of the research, it's saying that everything from your mood, the way you think, your focus, concentration is actually impacted by your posture. Poor posture will affect the brain function. Poor posture can affect breathing capacity. You won't be as energetic. Poor posture can affect digestive function. So imagine this is something you can easily do for yourself, is just start to have good posture. Help in the brain, help in the breathing, helping the digestion. You have so much power that you can have on your health just by taking care of your posture. So look at that first of all. And I wanted to start with kind of why posture, besides how it looks, how it affects physiology. And I always like to think that in chiropractic, the brain is sitting here, it's sending energy through the spinal cord to all major systems. If you have proper posture, that energy can flow nicely. But if we have poor posture, if we have a misalignment this way, if we have twisting, torquing, if we have that forward head posture, it's harder for the brain to send information into the system. It'll affect muscle groups, it'll affect organ systems, it'll affect your physiology. So we're always looking in chiropractic to maximize function. We want you to be the best version of you. You should be strong, you should be healthy, you should be feeling like you can get things done. That's what the chiropractic message is. It's about optimal function so you can be the best version of you. So I wanted to start with kind of the science behind it. And also think about it this way. If you have poor posture, there's certain muscle groups that are just going to be tight all the time. They're weakening, other things are getting imbalanced, and suddenly you're getting the neck pain, the shoulder pain, and things like that. And then long term, if the posture is not addressed, you actually start to cause more wear and tear on joints. Arthritic conditions can develop, and so much of this can be avoided with good posture. So I wanted to start with that about why it's critical and that you are powerful. There's things you can do about it by having that awareness with posture. So let's start with part one. So part one is that how do you actually start your day? And if I go back to that, so it's actually how do you sleep? So what is the optimal sleep position? If you can, sleeping on your back, and your head should not be propped up significantly, very mildly, but honestly, if anything, the head should be fairly flat against your mattress or very close to level, or if you have something that's kind of raising the whole area. But I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't have a pillow that's really, propping up your head excessively, causing strain on the neck. Obviously, that's a negative. That's not going to give us good posture. If you're a side sleeper, sleeping with lack of support is a negative. Too much support is also a negative. It's got to be close to neutral. I'd also put a pillow between the knees, but that's the ideal position if you sleep on your side. Back is best. I know some people have trouble breathing. They may have sleep apnea. So sleeping on your side is another option, but be aware of that. Sleeping on your stomach is very hard on the spine. You're going against all the natural curves. It's a negative. Sleeping on your stomach is not good for your spine. It's not good for your posture. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So that I would say is number one, is the sleep. Now that you've risen, what are some of the best stretches? And if I'm really trying to simplify it, honestly, Most people have what I would say is that forward head posture. They're calling it text neck and things like that. So I would say the best thing to correct that is really simply just when you rise in the morning and throughout your day, the best exercise is just practicing the head just going back. Now you can't see this in the video, but I have my hands behind me, but your head just going all the way back. I would probably do this seated. If you're comfortable, you can do it standing, see what works for you. But having that head go back, why? Most of our day we've gone forward. Whether you drive to work, you drive a truck, whatever you drive, then you get to work, or let's say you don't drive anywhere, but you work from home and you are sitting on your computer all day like this, it's very hard on the spine. So we always want to do the opposite. We want to relax those muscle groups. We want to relax the spine. So we're going to have the head go backwards, okay? Hold for 10 seconds, hold for 30 seconds. Do this multiple times throughout the day, especially if you're someone who uses their iPad, their computer, or something like that. We want to go the opposite way to really help that posture. The other one I would say that's very powerful is just getting a door frame, putting your hands out there, and then you just want to push all the way through. And when you push, have your chin go up, but put your hands literally through the doorway and you push through like this. You feel it across the chest. It feels very relaxing. You're just going to push through, and again, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, but doing that throughout the day, I would say that's critical. So honestly, head back, and then having that door stretch would be very, very powerful. Now, if you are someone, as I mentioned, who uses a computer heavily, their phone heavily, or anything like that, so let's be sensitive to that. So where is your desk? Meaning, where is your desk? But what I would say is, like, is it a standing desk? Is it properly positioned? Are you comfortable? Are you using your computer, but like the screen's over here or something like that? So just really always think alignment. Is the screen in front of me? Is it at the right height? I am a big fan of the desks that go up and down. They're getting much more affordable, so you want to look into that. But doing things, invest in a good chair. And I get that question a lot. It's a personal, decision, obviously, but having a chair, I believe, that has a lot of moving parts where you can adjust the lumbar, the mid spine, the top area, definitely somewhere where the hands are going as well. But look at your chair, look at your desk, look at your screen, look at those three components. Some people only look at a chair, but they're not looking at the desk, or they just look at the screen. Screen, desk, chair. Look at that whole combination. See what works for you. Look at the lighting, all those kind of things. Everything adds up. And we want that optimal work environment, because I know for a fact, I talk to a lot of my patients, they're putting in 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, sometimes 12 plus hours in front of a computer. Obviously, it's their profession, I understand it, but let's optimize that because we want the good posture. The other thing I would say as well is that when it comes to your day, you want to have that analogy that I like to think of, that you have the rope that's almost attached, like you're visualizing this, but there's almost like a rope attached to the top of the skull. And you want to imagine that someone's just kind of gently pulling that throughout the day. So just telling yourself that, okay, you're just imagining like there's a light pull at the top of the skull so it keeps your posture straight. I like to think of that as well. Another thing is, obviously, when you're standing, is just being aware of your core. So maybe tightening up the core, imagining that there's a rope just gently pulling on the top of your head will really help posture. I like to think of that for myself. Again, also with your workstation, even if you had the best workstation with the best chair, the screen is set up, the perfect desk, if you still sit for 8 hours, it's still going to be bad. So getting up every 30 minutes, every hour, and just maybe set it on your cell phone that, I need to get up on the regular would be very powerful as well. And then on that break, what I would recommend is make it a stretch break. Don't just get up, or don't just say, okay, I took a break and sit back down. Get up, stretch, maybe have a glass of water, have a healthy snack. That will obviously be very powerful for the posture as well. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is just having that type of awareness that all day I need to be aware of this. And then when you're done with work and now you're home, be aware just everywhere you're going, the way you're sitting. Are you sitting properly, or are you sitting in a sofa and you get home and you just kind of lie to the side like this? Or you have, and I've had people actually tell me this, some of my patients, is that when they're sitting, they kind of just, they lean to one side, they lean to the other side, and they're not balanced. And I will tell you, like, it may sound like work in the beginning, but posture is not something you stretch, 5 minutes in the morning and you're done. It's this constant awareness. And if you can actually work on this, you'll feel the benefits over time. But being aware how you start your day, the middle of the day, then even at the end of the day when you're eating dinner or you're, watching TV with your family or whatever you're doing, always be mindful of posture because the benefits are just way too huge. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can visit us on the web at gopowerflow.com. If you do have further questions, we're here for you as well. You can also call the office or text us at 905-896-3393. Obviously, as a chiropractor, I'm really obsessed about posture. We help our patients improve their posture. I think it's something simple, it's powerful, but it can make a real big change in your life. So I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much, and God bless.